All right, so I want to talk with you guys about the standard of your repair and how that means a lot, not only for what you get out of that job, but for the shop and how everybody in that shop can play a part in keeping the standard up in a shop. So I've been in this trade for a long time and I've seen the industry change, and I've got a funny story to tell you guys about. Years ago when I first started out in this trade, my personal vehicle got wrecked and they wanted me to get repair estimates from different shops, and I had a good buddy of mine named Mark. We took that job over to his shop because he always did high-end work, and when I received that estimate back, I couldn't believe how much that job actually came out to, because they had written things that I had never seen. I had came from a small mom and pop shop, and I asked him, hey, they got all these things on there, and he said, yes, that's how these jobs are supposed to be repaired. So times are changing in this industry, and if you do not move with the changes, you're gonna be lost. All right, so this here is a job that we did yesterday in the shop. We did a repair on the quarter panel. This had a side swipe in it, some damage to it. And when I started prepping out this job, they did not have any of the striker removed, the weather strips, or any of the interior trim, but they already had the fender taken off the vehicle. So I went in to the estimator and I said, hey, look, this job needs to be detrimmed a little bit further in order for us to get a good job where we do not have any lines in the jambs. And you guys have seen on the channel, whenever we put a quarter, we always do the full uniside. When I went in, he said, no problem, that is the way that we should do it. He went ahead and wrote it for us to do that job. And if this was not written to do that way, I still would have done that job, because that is my standard on how I'm gonna do the repair. But I wanna talk to you guys about, when you're writing these estimates, get what you need to do the job to your standard. To me, I wanna do the best job, as if this was my car. That way, when that car goes down the road, I feel happy that I did my best job on it. Sometimes it's not all about the money. I've talked to you guys about that before. If you've been in this field and you've done a job that you really were not happy with, and you made money on that job and you drove home, I don't think that you felt the same way as if you were to do the job the way it's needed to be done. So when you build a relationship in the shop with the standard that you have as a painter or a body man, to me, when you build a relationship in that shop on how you do things, I think it goes a long way. And I was talking with one of the estimators today about how you get paid. So I see a lot of people online doing jobs where they're doing smoke shows. You do not have to do smoke shows on these jambs if you have any repair work or you're putting a quarter panel on the job. You just have to documentate that job through the process with photos, and that's how they build a relationship with the adjusters in the area. They know that the quality of the job that we do in the shop is top notch, and they do not have any problem paying for it. So it's kind of like the first part of this video where I told you that I didn't know about how jobs were supposed to be repaired. They were taking off parts that I didn't know. That's how it is with that. So anytime you have something that needs to be done correctly and you documentate it, you should not have a problem getting paid for it. So we're gonna go through this video here today. We're gonna be shooting with you a Rivian. We're gonna R&I it, we're gonna do it right, and I'm gonna show you guys, to me, how the job should be done correctly. All right, so this is the car that we're gonna be shooting in this video. We have a Rivian here. We put a new quarter panel on it. They seam them right here at the factory recommended splice area. That is a big part of doing these jobs, is following the procedures, splicing it where it needs to be done. That way it's a sound certified repair. And yes, we're gonna be doing the whole uniside. I always bag them up when I prime them. That way I don't have any chances of overspraying the rest of the vehicle. So we'll get this thing sanded in these areas and we'll get it prepped out. We'll get it in the booth and we'll go over some of the things that I think are crucial to keeping your standard up when you're doing these repairs. All right, so we're all ready to go in here. We've cleaned it, we're ready to go, and I wanna go over some of the things that are standard for us here at this shop. When we put a quarter panel on, we always spray the whole uniside with that. We don't do any blends inside here. I see a lot of people smoking in blends, leaving the front door on, doing little tape lines. That is not the way the OEMs want these jobs, and that's not the way these jobs should be handled. If you are inside the jam, the insurance companies will pay you, but they want documentation. There's a lot of shops that don't document their repairs. So when we're in the booth and we have it masked up in this stage, we are gonna get a photo of it. We're gonna put it inside the estimate. We run here the CCC1 app, which is an app. And you can go ahead and take a picture of this job now and download it directly into the file. That way, when this job is submitted to whatever insurance company it is, they're able to look at that quick and see that we did the job the way that we're supposed to. So that is key to getting paid on doing these jobs the way the OEM wants and the way that you should want, which is the right way. So if you can see here, we went along, we did the whole rear body, we took it all the way to a factory seam sealer line, and we did the same thing on the top. This up here is a factory seam where this roof is black and the bottom is actually green. So we try to do our best. This is the way that I recommend you doing it. Yes, sometimes it is harder to do these jobs this way, but it is the right way and you will get better and faster at it, as well as painting the parts off the car. Sometimes it can be a pain having these panels match once they go back on the vehicle. And once you get that mastered, that's gonna make you a better painter. It's not always, how do I get out of this job? It's how do I get better as a painter and give a better quality job? Even though it might be a little bit harder in the beginning, once I get the hang of it, it's not gonna be. So let's go ahead, and I wanna show you guys some other things in the shop that are mandatory for me as well. All right, so one thing that is mandatory when I'm done painting something, if it needs to be polished, I am gonna handle that before it goes back on the vehicle. That is one of the standards that I always hold myself to, because once these parts go back on the vehicle, it's gonna get compound down in the cracks. You're gonna have a lot more problems for the cleanup guy, as well as just showing that this car has been painted. No matter how good of a job you do cleaning them up, you always tend to see some compound rolling out of some type of a crack and then getting dried up later. So we polish them off the vehicle. I'll show you guys the Challenger now. We did nib the hood a little bit, and then we had to take a couple nibs out of the fender, but the actual car itself, the door as well as the quarter panel, came out very, very clean. So now that this car is being built, you're not gonna have any compound in any of the cracks. Once this car goes to cleanup, it's just gonna be a simple wash job as well as cleaning the interior and giving it back to the customer with an undetectable repair. That is the whole goal here. So if you've seen earlier in the video, I showed you that I took it to the factory seam sealer in here. I didn't back mask this. I took it all the way down. We pulled the trunk. That way, once you open this up, if you were to feel this edge, like a lot of the auto manufacturers do, if you're ever gonna trade in your vehicle, they're always feeling the edges to see if anything was painted. It's the first sign of a repair. So we try to handle that. All right, so one thing that has become a standard operation now as I'm painting these vehicles is using the anti-static. I already was blowing and tacking them, so I just replaced my blower for the anti-static, and I have seen a difference in the jobs. It definitely cuts down on static. You're gonna alleviate them days when you're in the booth and you can just feel the static building up. You've got your static gun, you tack it off, and you're gonna get a better outcome. So we are gonna tack it off now with our static gun as well as our tack rag, and then we're gonna go ahead and hit it with our sealer. All right, so we've got the base now and the sealer on there. You guys seen that we took our pictures before we started the job. That way they could see it and we could put it inside the file. When this job does get audited by the insurance company, they're gonna see what we've put down. They're gonna see if we have the documentation. If you don't have the documentation, a lot of times they're just gonna hit no, and they're not gonna be able to pay you for that. So the more time you spend doing the procedures the right way, the harder it is for those insurance companies to try to take away those times that you're actually doing. So yes, it does take a little bit of time for me to go ahead and take a picture, but it's definitely well worth it. And I like having that app because I don't have to go into the office to see if I need it. I can just check the app. And actually, when we went over the estimate, I noticed that they didn't have the two-tone time in there for that rear jam area. So I went ahead, took a picture of that, put it in the system. We went ahead and added that to the estimate. So be thorough on your estimates, do your job to the highest ability, and it's gonna give you the best outcome later, not only for the quality of the job, but also you're gonna get paid for what you do. So I can't complain about the outcome on that one. It definitely looks OE. It's got the texture that the Rivians have in it, and we did use the 1.3 OP Exodus on that. So why I'm giving you guys my feedback on having a standard is because this is not an easy trade, and I've been in it a long time, so I've definitely seen it change throughout the years. But any times that I can give you guys insight on how to make your day better, I'm gonna do that. And for me, sticking to my standard through the years has gotten me through a lot of hard times in life and in the body shop. So it's not an easy trade, we all know that. And to me, if you're not doing a high standard job that you feel good about when you leave, I think it would be even harder to come to work every day because you're not gonna get the satisfaction out of it because it's not all about the money to me. So I hope you guys like this video, and we'll see you guys on the next one.